Well, this should be an interesting one. Today we're going to talk about scissor doors. How the Revell Uptown makes them work and how you can kind of make them yourself in a way. So here we have the Chrysler 300C. I bought all three of these kits online as an auction. They're junkers, they're missing parts, but they're really cool cars. This one, the doors are glued shut. That sucks, but whatever. And this one here, it's missing doors. And quite a few other little bits and pieces, but you know, most of it's there, so some kind of fun can be had at some point. Maybe cut the back doors out and make them work, I don't know. We'll see. But this one will help us show you how the scissor doors work. And then this one here, it has me kind of confused because it's a Magnum, which I do not believe was part of the Uptown scale kit series. And I know this one's been heavily modified. Judging by back here, this almost looks like it came off of back here and bondoed and etc., which I know is pretty much the facts, because this is one door panel and you can kind of clearly see some of the scuffing that went on to make two doors. And here you can certainly see this is where the original door jamb ended, and this is where the rear door panel would be. Obviously they got glued together, making one, and then filled and smoothed out to make a single door. Saving little pieces in order to make them the right length for this car, which is how I know this one's been heavily modified. Might not be the easiest to see this, but as you can see, there is a panel line right here. This would have been the back door, this would have been the front door. You can see the door sill gets cut and chopped. I'm really not sure, because this tells me the Magnum was part of the actual Uptown scale or Uptown series, because these actually being molded in is how the chassis goes on all of them. They screw in. So having all of this stuff in there, I'm pretty sure it's hard to tell if it was originally a 4-door kit or a 2-door kit, but it's custom. And here we have that one that's actually got its door panel on, missing some pieces, but whatever. So anyway, this is what we're actually looking at here. Try to get it close enough into the light so you can see this. And we're going to be blurry as hell. This one here is glued on for some reason, and playing hell to try and get that off of there, I'm sure. And this one is screwed in the way it belongs. There's a little post that comes up with the screw in it. This allows the door to pivot, open and close, and then this pivot allows it to do the scissor action, as you can see in this little piece right here. This would mount to that firewall or cowl section, and this allows the door to pivot up and down, and this would actually allow it to open and close. Now, as you can see, if I line this up roughly square, it is not square. There's an angle to all of this, so that when it does open, it gives you only a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. And then of course, the pivot action is held on by a screw. And that is how the Uptown series does its doors to do the scissor action. if we take this one, probably going to fall apart. This should actually be put in before that piece, but there we go. We have it now mounted. It's not the easiest to see in this light, but this is how it pivots open and closed. It's not a whole lot, but it is enough. And then this allows the door to go up and down. Sorry if the lighting's too bright and etc., but this is the basic system of how they make it work. And clearly these angles are important. Each car would probably have its own dimensions basically as to how much door to fender opening, cowl area, and how you get it to work within the dash, where you would mount it to your door panel, etc. Now underneath the dash of the kit pieces, yeah, that would be this side, that would be driver's side, I guess. Nope, that'd be passenger side. No. Okay, so if that's flat and that's flat, this actually tucks up just into that little groove of the dash, so that when it swings out, it then has enough room to swing down, and then swings back in and kind of locks behind that a little bit. So anyway, I hope that helps. Kind of not the, yeah, it's a junkyard. It's the way it belongs. Kind of how it happens to be, but let's see here. Yeah, this car's definitely been through some modifications here and there. I mean, the tops of the doors getting modified and stuff. I would really like to get this door to open more than that. That's really all the farther it'll flex open. It does do the scissor action, however, but because it doesn't open, it pinches right here because it needs to come out further in order to go up further. So there's no way in and out of that car. Through the driver's door. Through the driver's window, maybe. Through the door, not so likely. And of course they got the trunk is hinged as well. The hoods are always hinged. Normal common piece stuff. Just a simple, wow, talk about reflection. Just from the trunk, has a little lip over top of a bar piece. Pretty simple to make with a piece of C channel and a tubing. Tend to do that on a lot of stuff because it's simple and it's strong enough. But yeah, the rest of the body isn't modified. I thought for sure maybe the top roof somewhere in here or something would have been modified, but this tells me all of this is original, so I'm going to have to look and see if there is a Magnum kit for the Uptown series, because I like this car. I just don't know how the 2-door, 4-door version fits into the whole scheme of things, so I'll have to look that up. I'm guessing the original was 4-door and they filled all the panel lines. That's really the only thing I can think of, because there's a slight line there. You can see there's a slight line in the doors, etc. But I don't know. Kind of neat. Anyway, I hope that kind of helps figure out how to make some funky little hinges. If it does, cool. If not, do what you can. Make them swing out instead of swing out and up. Either way, have a good one. Till next time, happy Halloween.